Hello, beautiful people out there. We welcome Katya Hutter from Katya Hutter Floral Design in Holland, and we are very much excited. Katya today is not only in Holland, she traveled to Italy and to show us a beautiful Tuscany garden where she is currently staying with her friend. And Katya, most welcome to our little
Thank you.
chat, and we are very much excited to have you here. Let us know
Thank
a
you.
little bit first before we go into more details how you actually became a florist.
Yeah, so hi Sylvia, hi Alfie, nice to be here. So yes, by chance I'm here in Florence right now, near Florence, in the Tuscan garden of friends, and I picked some flowers and arranged them
Beautiful.
quite quickly.
Unbelievable.
Thank you very much. My story is uh, I don't know, maybe a bit unusual because I started as a florist quite recently, actually, but it goes very well, you know. I'm kind of developing quickly. And I used to have another career as a stylist and photo producer and agent of photographers. So I spent about 13 years building my old career, previous one, and then it was kind of over. I did everything I could there, so I thought I want to take another path and develop other qualities. And I found flowers, and I even don't remember how, but then one day I was very busy with building my new career with flowers, and it went so well. And I'm just enjoying it. It seems I have a talent in it, so people love my work, and so it's this way. It's very natural and a bit um, intuitional, I think. Yes, but I
Yeah.
think I will stay for some time in this profession for sure. Yes.
I think don't worry, we all have our first life and our new life. So there's most of us actually they have a previous life in a totally different like profession. But I think like your old life and your new life fit very much together because
Yeah.
what you have done in the past is also mirrored in your current work. I think one can see that you are very much in detail. And I mean, I got to know about you when we both were in Holland for a workshop with Atsushi, and he is a very natural like styled florist, and you did the translation, and I think you also have been like taught by him, and one can
That's
actually
true.
see that because your style is like as it would have been grown in nature, like his style as well, and I like this very much.
Thank you very much. Yes, indeed. When I found that sushi, it was on my birthday about a year ago. So and then I was so much in love with his work, and it will be, it will stay like it's perfection. It's so beautiful, and I think he's a genius in what he does, and
Yeah, it looks also
so
so easy
yeah.
So easy
flowing. So
flowing, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's also easy. He has a beautiful philosophy behind of it, which we discussed during our master class. That he really listens to nature, so he tries to have like as less ego as possible, as I understood, and less be empty, kind of, and let the flowers follow their way, and you follow the flowers. So the flowers work, let's say. So you kind of. Yeah, you help them a little bit, but they mostly help you. So you need to listen very carefully and see how these flowers move, and when you arrange it, it's in a natural way because nature is so beautiful. When I picked this honeysuckle like from a bush this afternoon, it was so beautiful and it grows so well, and it's perfect. Yes. So my arrangements are natural because I like this style. It's a garden style, and they're a bit wild, so they not very much manicured but I can work also in glamorous style, glamorous garden. I like a lot. So I kind of balancing in between different ones, but my heart is with the garden style for sure. Yes.
I totally agree with you because I love
Yeah.
that. I really, really, and I had the pleasure actually to meet you just recently here in South Africa, and I
That's
think
true.
you also like enjoyed a little bit like going on a farm. We visited the Protea farm here,
Yes.
so I think yeah, I think the flowers itself as a natural product, a lot of people, as you say, they manicure or in floristry, they manicure too much the arrangements. And the art is really to let the flowers flow as it looks very natural, and it would have grown into from a garden into an arrangement. I think this is the art
The
of,
skill.
yeah, of the skill.
But I also want to say, and I have
Yeah.
not met you before, but I have
No.
looked a little bit at your work. And when you say like your first career was into like also styling a lot, you know, you can
Yeah.
see that
Yeah.
in the way how your pictures actually look on your Instagram feed. So
Oh,
I do
thanks.
think that there is a lot that you could take from your previous life into like your passion right now that helps you also in promoting your own business, because I
That's
do
true.
also
Yeah.
believe always whatever step we take might not immediately be the way where we end up, but it will help us to go where we need to be.
That's true. I also now I see that because I'm like a bit older, I will be 40 soon, but it looks like
Oh, no way.
everything. Yeah, I look young a bit. People say, but then it's true. I see that everything I've done before helps me. So I used to be a producer, so I organized big photo shoots with kind of big photographers, so really well-known photographers, and it was demanding work. And so I using my organizing skills for some other things I do, and which I also which are necessary in this profession. And styling is my love as well. So it's like to decorate, to make something beautiful. I like it. So and with flowers, there is a new dimension of nature, and this the beauty of them. It's magic. I mean, serious magic. I think you also know it very well because they on its own they're like special creatures. We have it in this world, and they're different from animals or other things and humans, of course. But they're so beautiful. They smell so good. Like here, I have those garden roses, and one rose is a red rose. I just brought it here because Nicoletta, the friend, look at this one. She's a bit
But
falling
look at the
apart,
size.
but
The
can you see it?
size.
Yeah,
Wow.
can you see it? So it's
Oh, yeah.
Papa Mailand. So it's
Papa
this.
Mylan. Oh,
Yes,
wow.
this one, and it smells
And
like
it has
wow.
beautiful fragrance, right?
Very beautiful, so nice. And then
Yeah.
jasmine, and yeah, so the flowers are the marvels and beauties, and it's such a present I made myself to change profession. I'm like, fashion is nice, but flowers are better for me, at least.
Have you ever talked to flowers? I
Um,
do.
you do? Okay.
I
Atsushi
can
said
tell
he
you.
also
I
talks.
can vouch.
So
Yeah.
don't be ashamed. So I do that. I talk to them, and they talk to me. You know, they talk to me.
Oh, I'll try. Yes, when I cut them, I do kind of do it carefully. So I just tell
Yeah.
them like I will take what I need. You mean? I mean, I won't harm you, you know. So I kind of have connection this way. And when I arrange them, I do it carefully. So that I feel that it goes well. I mean, so the flowers get the place what they want also. So of course I manage it. I mean, I work on the shape, and but it's still sometimes yeah, flowers just want to go that way, so I kind of follow them as well. And then I'm a bit scared. I think that people will think it's a bit too wild, you know, or something. But then I think
No.
no, yeah,
No, I think wild. It's also wild and natural. Is like the old paintings, where like all these old beautiful paintings with the flowers. I think this is what all like makes us dream of these floral arrangements. Like these old masters, they painted this beautiful, lavish, yeah,
very opulent,
yeah,
like very lavish,
yes,
very festive as well. And I mean, when you are in the Netherlands, you have a lot of inspiration in the museums actually around. Also,
true.
when it comes to art, and also looking at those beautiful paintings. But apart from maybe following some great teachers out there, what inspires you when the client comes to you, for example, and say, I want a wedding to be styled, or I want some event flowers? Like, do you usually like get your inspiration from the couple, or what is it that inspires you when you're working?
Yes, what I do, I of course ask question about the venue and the styling and the colors, because you need to know this information, what they want. And then what helps me a lot is to ask personal questions. So I tell them, tell me a little story about when you were small, or doesn't matter, but you felt really happy and you had contact with flowers. Maybe you were in a field, or just you had a plant in your house, or I don't know, in a garden somewhere. So any memory that connects you to flowers, that you felt really happy and good, and the flowers were involved. So if you tell me this story, it will help me a lot. So, and then everybody has their story, and they have really nice stories. So someone had then grandparents and their beautiful garden, and they remember two exact sorts of flowers, and then I would suggest, can I use them as well, because then I make something personal to them.
Yes.
So and of course we should consider some flowers that are like within the budget and so, but the budget is not really a problem. People sometimes ask me like, we think your work is expensive because I use expensive flowers. Then I tell them that it doesn't have to be really, because we don't need to use like David Austin roses all the time, though they're very beautiful. But then we can find something which is also beautiful and which is really about you, and then I can make something which is good for you, and the price will be like average market price. Of course, if you buy like thousands of flowers, it will cost more than
Tell
if you
us, I
buy,
think this was interesting. I mean, from like for me, for a European person, I might have an idea, but I think a lot of people here on the African continent, they would be interested in like average spending. And I'm not sure if you can maybe say, okay, for
bridal bouquet,
yes,
maybe.
for bridal bouquet, or for a groom's pin, or something like this, or even for a flower crown. What is the like from to range? Let's maybe say it, where you say, you know what, for a really beautiful bouquet for a bride, or for a beautiful flower crown, this is like a from to range what people in Europe usually spend.
Yes, Dutch people are very spoiled with flowers, because 60% of flower industry goes through Alsmeer auction, flower auction, but they still don't want to pay much. So most of my clients are foreigners, and they do spend money, especially people from Latin America. They really want a lot of flowers in their weddings. And so let's say, so average florist in Holland, I think people would look for a bridal bouquet, maybe like 75 euros, which is not much, let's say, but I think average would be 110, 125 or something. But some people go for, like, I have a client and she has chosen really like 200 euros bouquet, and so she wants like more and bigger bouquet.
Sure.
But I know that it's not much compared to Paris, or what I know, what Atsushi asks for bouquets, but they also use much more flowers. So then if you use really expensive roses, then it just can't cost less, because if you have your shop and employees, so so I
But
think
also
this
in
is the
your
yeah,
no,
sorry.
carry on. Sorry, no, carry on.
Yeah, just a little thing about corsage or boutonniere. It's can be as less as €7.5. I was also amazed a bit because I learned at my school that you make like elaborate with 15 elements, like special things, and so I can't ask €7.5 for it. So, but I. I have to go with the flow and offer like market prices. So I offer like for also for 8.5, very simple one. But if you get a good assignment, then you earn on big arrangements for on the table, and then you can give discounts on small things. So yes, in Holland the prices are not so high. I don't know if it's different with the South Africa with your prices.
It differs actually. Like what I wanted to say, in Holland or in Europe, as far as we know, the arrangements are much smaller from the scale. A bridal bouquet is more like a small posy with flowers, not this overboarding huge like arranged like wild looking bouquets, or just lots of orchids bouquets, what we know from America or even here. But the problem here is that what I see, the most of the florists not calculating right, for my understanding. They undercut their own work, or they undercut themselves actually by not calculating right, and this is actually a problem. So huge arrangements are sold, from my understanding, not correctly as it should be. And this is also a big problem, because when a lot of people do not calculate right, and then there's another one that calculates right, that will always be too expensive, or people think they are too expensive, although they are calculating correctly. And I think like we can work in our industry on this problem by teaching and educating people, like how to calculate right for the right arrangement. I think then we can overcome, and there's beautiful work done here, but as I say, a lot of florists maybe do not earn the money that they should earn.
Okay, I see. Yes, I tried to calculate it like honestly and yes, just correctly as you say. So I know the floristry rules, and so we're not going to maybe tell about our secrets, professional secrets things. But I understand what you mean. Yes, but sometimes you need a project because it's big. Once I was asked to make this mandap, an Indian wedding, and then there were thousands of euros. Like it was an expensive thing because she wanted it like actress in Bollywood, to have this kind of quality. So I calculated it and I said, I give you 3 prices actually, because I want to have your the job, and but you need to know, because it depends on the flowers what I will use. If you want this most expensive flowers, it will be the most expensive budget, and then I have like medium budget for you and like cheaper version, let's say. Yes, it should be business, of course, so we have to earn also well and honestly with it. Yes, otherwise it doesn't make sense, right, as a business.
I think it's great. Like, I think it's good. I think always, like you should give your clients the decision by the end of the day what they decide for, because obviously each client comes with a different expectation, but also with a different budget. So I mean, obviously also the first thing that you should always ask is what is your budget. But if they don't come with a budget, at least you should be professional enough, like as you say, to give at least 2 options, to say, you know what, this is maybe a mid-range option, and this is maybe a little bit a higher range option. And then you see also the reaction of the client, what is basically like, you know, what they say to the one or the other. But what maybe would be like interesting for me, because you maybe like assemble a lot of cultures in yourself.
That's
So
true.
I
Yes.
can maybe hear you have.
Yes.
How do you know what I wanted to ask you?
You have
My
a
Russian accent.
heritage.
Let's talk about
I'm
my
not sure if
Russian
you-
accent.
Oh,
Not
sorry about
really,
that.
not really.
But
No,
I'm not sure if you were born in Russia only, or if you grew up, and how much you maybe know from this Russian flower culture. I spent a semester in Moscow while studying, so I know a little bit of the Russian flower culture, and it's huge. I mean, you have huge demand for flowers, not necessarily always like super high end, but generally a lot of people like gift flowers as well. Or there are lots of corner shops where you can like get flowers, or there are lots of babushkas, you know, that sell flowers
yes,
like
yeah, that's true.
down by the metro, or like
Yeah.
some place you always find flowers. Has that in a way influenced your relationship to flowers? And maybe if you don't know the difference, or you know the difference, how is it different from Holland? Because obviously you have access to flowers. There are also lots of flower shops, but maybe the relationship to flowers is different.
Yes. So I was born in Moscow, so I'm Moskvichka. It's called. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
And
like
but
the car, the Moskvichkas.
Moskvich. Yes,
Yeah.
I'm Moskvichka, and so I moved to Amsterdam about 8 years ago because I met my husband 10 years ago, and I married, and we decided to live together, and he didn't want to live in Moscow. And so I moved to him. I learned Dutch as well. So now I'm also Dutch. But my Russian roots are very deep, let's say. So I
Yes.
suppose that I do use not use, but I this background helps me as well in my work. But about this big industry, I know that flowers are more expensive in Russia, at least they used to be. People like to get extravagant flowers, like in big bunches, and mostly
Huge
Yes.
bouquets, like
huge
this.
You see
ones.
these
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
peony
Yeah.
bunches
100 of
100
peonies and like
peonies
50
plus.
of hydrangeas, but
Beautiful.
Yeah.
but
I
they
mean,
are looking
they
beautiful.
are really
Yeah.
amazing looking and Instagram
Yeah.
worthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. So I do follow some Russian florists. I don't know much about Russian floristry because I was concentrated on European
Sure.
floristry more. I'm not sure that Russian floristry helps me a lot. I do respect them. I see how they work, but I don't see the style I like so much there, let's say. So I don't go there yet for inspiration, but uh, yeah, our Russian art as well, and like Russian soul, you know, this is something
Yeah.
which is like intuitively you use it or it helps you, and yeah, I suppose that this part of me also helps to what I do. So
Yeah, I agree with you. The style that you have is quite contrary to
Yes,
what
very very like Central European, like in a way. Even it's very natural, and
Yes.
sometimes
Yes.
Russian work is very.
like
it's like
in a
glamorous, right? Modern. Yes.
yeah,
Yes,
glamorous,
very
like luxury, like of the like towards luxurious, like
more bling. I
yeah,
would call it
bling,
even
yeah.
like more bling in a way, and not luxurious. Like yours is more opulent, natural, and this other one is more glam bling.
Yeah.
Like and there are people who like the one or the other. I mean, I think there is
Yeah.
no better or worse. It's just different styles
No, of
that
course
are
not.
out there.
Yes,
The one
and
is more
also
for the photographs, and the other one is more for the Instagram.
No,
Yeah.
but you know, with garden style, you can take also beautiful pictures if you make like proper
Yeah, this is what I'm
arrangements.
saying. Your one, the natural one, is more for the photographs, and the
Yeah.
Russian one is more for the Instagram.
Ah, that's what you mean. Yes, but I think that
this is what I meant. I'm sorry.
yeah,
For beautiful album, like what you have in the back
Yeah,
of
or
your.
what you did with this ballerina shoot, you know, like, I mean, this is like you tell a story with your flowers.
yes, what I try to do. Oh, something happened.
Yes,
Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, now it's better. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
you're
we
Yes,
back.
see you.
but
Yeah.
I think the garden style is also luxurious. It's actually more
Yes,
luxurious
yeah.
because you use many more flowers and also garden roses, which are most
Exactly.
expensive roses, let's say. So it's different kind of luxury. Yes, you can
Yeah.
like golden plated things, and it's one style, and then like this garden around me, it's luxurious, I think, because it's so rich in nature, and Nicoletta has so many garden roses, different bushes, and she has so many different things. She even has a. It's raining now, so I can't go outside to show you
Oh.
right now. But
Oh,
maybe I don't know
oh.
how
Maybe
much
need
time
to
do we
talk
need
more
still.
minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it stops, or I take an umbrella and I can show you around because it's. Yeah, I hope it stops
Oh,
raining.
pity.
Sorry. Yes.
But we can hear it. Can you hear it?
Do you hear the
Maybe we
rain?
can hear it. Yeah. Is it? Or is it something else?
It's a
No, maybe
rain
not.
and also a road as
Yeah.
well. They built it a
Oh, don't
road.
worry.
It was yeah. So
Yeah. Yeah, but don't worry. Maybe it will stop in the next 20 minutes. So then just like let us know. Then
I'll
just
show
jump
you
up
around.
and
Yes.
run with us through the garden.
Yes.
Just like
When you see a dry patch.
Yes, yes. So here I have a jasmine as well. I can show you around. So see.
Oh,
Oh, I
wow.
don't know. Let's see. Do you see something?
I
Oh,
can
like this.
imagine how your fragrant level is like right now.
when you sit
Wow.
next to it.
Yes, I do smell it very well. So this is my arrangement, quickly made arrangement. I'm not
Wow.
sure. Can I
What
show
is the
it?
purple
This
there over there? What is the purple?
the purple. So this is honeysuckle, but wild
Ah, this
option,
is the
wild
honey. Yeah,
version.
now I see. Now I see.
Honeysuckle,
Yes,
see,
yes.
and they are quite long vines, so you can like let them fall the way you like. And
Wow.
so here is anthurium, and I also picked it just from the garden. And then there are garden roses, beautiful.
Yeah,
Do you see them?
beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, so those.
Yes. Now we see. Yes.
And the oak branches. Do you see oak branches? Let's see oak
Yes. Yeah.
branches.
Now we see. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
because they are base for the arrangement, let's say. So it's like quickly made, like within 15 minutes, let's say. But I wanted to have something nice for you.
And it's
Yes.
beautiful.
It is amazing. And what
Thank
is
you.
the red one there? What you have? The orange or what is it like here?
This
Yeah?
one, yes, it's a pomegranate. Am I right?
Oh,
Pomegranate.
pomegranate. Oh,
Imagine,
wow.
yeah, it's just
No.
pomegranate tree. I can show you when I will be out. I'll show you. And so what I
Yes.
have, let's see this one. Do you see a smoke
A
tree?
smoke bush.
Smoke bush. Do you see? Smoke
Ah,
bush.
smoke
Yeah,
bush. Wow.
smoke
You can
bush.
do so many beautiful things with the smoke bush.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I love
and
it.
see what Nicoletta made for me when we arrived. Do you see her arrangement?
Oh, that's so sweet.
So sweet, right? Oh, it's a bit
Yes.
difficult to show you. Sorry.
The little cornflowers, right?
No, she has this Nigella. Nigellas.
Nigella. Yeah. Now I
Yes,
see
and the
it. It
buds
looked,
of Nigella. Do you see the
yes,
buds?
it looked
Yeah.
like cornflower at the beginning, but now
Yes,
I
it's
see
true.
it. Yes.
Yeah, it does. So
Yeah.
she made it very nicely, and she brought me this little nest with a little
Oh.
egg. So I told you, sorry, Nicoletta, it's not like on purpose, but I had an agreement with Sylvia so that we will talk, and Sylvia's from South Africa, and I said, maybe would you like to join us? And she said, no, I'm working in the garden today, and I want to be like I don't have time to prepare, so she can't join us today. But
She can join us even in the rubber boots. Don't worry.
No problem. But
yes, but
but
she's
send
very
her regards, and
talented.
thank you
I
for
will.
showing like us around a little bit later. I'm sure she's like, I mean, very active in the garden. When you already like spoke to us before what we're gonna see, it's a lot of work to have a beautiful garden.
That's true, a lot. And they have quite some, I don't know how many meters, I'll show you so you can judge. But it's a lot of work really to do. And yeah, it's a beautiful garden. And every time we come, so she does these little things like this rose she just cut for us. And it all smells beautifully. And then she had a gardenia plant, and she also arranged in a little glass, a low glass. She arranged a few beautiful flowers of gardenia, which smells also amazing. So every time we come here, we get these little treats, let's say, and they have nice cottage. So it's their guest cottage. It used to be, I think, a pig shed, let's say, but they transformed it like many houses here. I transformed from farmhouses. But the place, I think there is no rain right now. I only don't know how to turn this, how to show you around.
There is like a little icon,
is there?
like where you switch the camera.
Let's see. If I turn myself, no, it's not so good.
No, there is a little
If I'll do
icon
like
on-
this, can you see it?
Yeah, that's also
No
perfect.
problem, yes.
Wow.
Okay, I'll just walk, and you will see everything in front of me. Do you see anything?
Yes.
Yay! So we just picked this sage, which is nice. Sage, we will eat it soon.
Okay.
So look at this garden, if you can see it. This is the garden. And the roses are almost over now, but she said there will
They
be
are
third
over?
season. She said that they were blooming for 2 times, and now they're almost over, but they will be blooming for third time soon.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Yes, this. Oh, I'm not sure I'm showing it properly. Sorry.
Yes, we see.
we saw. Yes, now
So
we have
this
an
is
arch
our.
there. And
Yeah, this is the house. Oh no, it's not showing properly. Sorry. Yes, now it's the gate. Okay, let's see. This is me. So maybe this way. So this is the old tower they have. This is medieval tower, watchtower.
Ooh,
If I go
wow.
outside, you will see it. It's of 1200s. So Vani, our friend, he had a friend, a prince, by chance, and this prince had this tower. I understood, and he sold it to them, like to restore, and now they're living there. So if you see, this is the tower.
this is so beautiful. This is Tuscany.
Yeah, this
This is
when
real
you think
Tuscany.
about
Look.
Italy and Tuscany.
Yeah.
This is what you see there. Oh,
Yeah, and I show you. See, there are hills. Do you see any hills? Not really.
yeah.
Yeah, we
Yes,
see.
yes.
Oh, maybe some hills. Yeah. So
Yes. In
yeah,
the
but
back.
this is very beautiful, like original, authentic place.
Okay.
Yes. So they do have some tourists sometimes. They. Oh, sorry. They rent out. I'll show you the roses. Do you see the roses? The white roses.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Look,
Yes.
white ones.
The white
Wonderful.
one. Yes.
Yes, and then I also use those, the orange ones.
Oh, yes.
wow.
This is the ones
Yeah.
you've cut, right? I've
Yeah.
seen that.
Yes, this they become pinkish, but originally they like at the beginning they're very orange. If you see that?
Orange.
Oh, wow. They changed the color so much. Wow.
Yes, very much. So see, it's orange at the beginning,
Yes.
then they develop
Yes.
to this kind of
To
pinkish.
yellow and then pink. Wow.
See?
Ha, ha, ha.
Beautiful.
This is like,
Yeah.
overbursting.
Yes.
And this is the magic of flowers. When we talk about magic that flowers have, this is the magic.
That's true. Yeah, especially roses. They're really special. So let's see. Yes, pity I can't use this right button, you see. So let's see. They have a huge wisteria plant. If you can see it. This is wisteria.
Oh yeah,
plant.
Yes.
It's so big.
when it's blooming.
I
can
had one in my
Yeah.
garden. Like,
There are seeds now. So let's see. Some more roses here, but they're in buds.
Okay.
And Do you see these plants with the
Yes.
lemons? Yeah,
Okay.
they smell
Yes.
also really nice. And jasmine, maybe you see it.
Here's a
Oh
jasmine.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah,
Ah.
yeah.
You
And
don't know
cigar.
what to smell first. Like when you walk from the lemon to the jasmine to
Yeah.
the roses, like
That's true.
this is like a festival of scents.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is gardenia. So
Yes.
if you can see
Beautiful.
some
Wow.
flowers. Yeah, and let's see what I can show else here. Um, let's see, many trees. Let's go to smoke tree. It's really nice there.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people
I
don't
have
even
not
know
even
like
seen
how they
it
grow.
looks like.
Only
Yeah.
like the cut
Can you
the cut
see it from
flowers.
right now?
Oh,
Do you see it?
wow,
Yes.
wow, wow.
Oh
This
la
is
la.
a big one. You
Yeah,
gonna
that's nice. She
smoke
wants
it?
to cut it, so I'll help you and maybe arrange it in some nice way.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
do you
wow.
see it well? Yeah.
Yes. This is a
Yes.
big
This is
one.
lovely.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is the if you have your own garden, imagine how much material you can source from
Yeah.
there. So
Yes.
Yes. Have you
yes,
done a wedding in Tuscany, Katya?
not yet, but I'm very much looking forward to it. So I have some wedding
So
planners that follow me. So maybe
if
in
people
future.
want to contact you for a wedding in Tuscany, where they can contact you?
Oh, they can contact me via any kind of there's hundreds of different messengers we've got. I check
But you
them
also
all
have
every day.
recently you actually launched a new website, right?
Yeah, I have my website, so it's Katya Hutter Floral Design.com, and then I have my Instagram, my Facebook, and email address, phone numbers.
All the
So,
same, Katya Hutter, right?
yes, yes. On my Instagram, Katya Hutter Floral Design, I just keep the same name for everything, so it's easy.
Yeah, it makes sense because it's your name. I mean,
It's also my name. Yes, I thought first because Atsushi told me, how do you pronounce your name? It's kind of Katya with Y with Y. And then I thought maybe I should change my name to make it
no,
sound like Kate, Kate Hutter. And it's also Hutter in
no.
Dutch is Hutter. So it's all confusing. But then I thought, do you know what? I'll just keep my name. This is my
Yeah,
name.
exactly. No, it's a beautiful
That's it.
name. So don't change it.
Oh, thank you. So I don't know, maybe a couple of other things. Do you see something?
Okay.
No, the camera works differently then. Okay. Sorry, people. I hope you enjoyed the part.
Yes, yes.
We
Thank
do.
you so much.
I
for
hope it's
taking
not
us.
raining. I hope you don't walk through the rain right now.
No, it's not. Now it's good. Yeah. Tomorrow will be good weather here. So
Okay,
we're looking
wonderful.
forward to it. So
Wonderful. Katya, it was really, really beautiful that you showed us this amazing Italian Tuscany garden. And I mean, like, just like when we come there where we started with your beautiful arrangement in the back, everybody can
yeah,
just
thank you.
imagine like what one can do with such a garden, and it's like a little paradise, I think.
Yes,
Thank you
that's
so
true.
much also for your
Thank
friend
you.
letting us be part of her garden actually, and we really enjoyed it. Let us just know finally, like, what are your plans or ideas for the future? What is Katya actually still, what has Katya as a floral designer on her bucket list?
My plan is to survive from Corona crisis. Let's say we didn't talk about it. It's also good. So I think I feel strong right now. So I built quite a good portfolio. So I'm working on portfolio still because every project adds something to your folio. And so the plan is to get more weddings, like more exciting, interesting weddings, and clients that really appreciate my style and that like this kind of flowers. And in future maybe to participate in competitions, but not big ones, but like some nice cozy ones, just to make some beautiful things together with other florists. And I think it's all very exciting. And so I hope that my career as an international florist will flourish, and so I can travel and make beautiful flowers for different clients in different cultures and countries. And this is very exciting to dream about, to plan, to work on. And of course to work with those beauties, like everyday work, every chance to make something beautiful, it's already a gift. It's true.
Wonderful. I think this is such a beautiful, like final word. There's nothing really to add on. Maybe hopefully we will see each other soon, or maybe like you come and join us for our rose safari in Kenya. We have talked about that. Like, let's see what the travel situation will be like more towards the end of the year. So at the moment, here in South Africa, still is a little bit everything on hold. While in Europe, we can see things already ease a bit. So let's see. We wish you all the very, very best.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
A lot of wonderful clients that love to get a natural flowing garden on their wedding table. And a lot of people, they enjoy what you are doing.
Thank you very much. Yes, it's very nice to hear. Thank you. It was a big pleasure to talk to you and to meet Elfie. I haven't met you before.
Yes.
So, yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
and stay
bye-bye.
safe. Enjoy
Thank
Italy. And enjoy your little vacation, re-energizing for what is to come.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Have a good day, you too.
Bye-bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Thanks a lot.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.